Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be sharing what I have bought from the shops to feed my family this week. I have spent a little bit over £100 and our fridge was completely bare, so I had to basically start again with that. I'm going to be showing you what I have bought for breakfasts, for lunches, for snacks, and also for dinners as well. I've got, I think, 9 dinners that I'm going to be showing you today. So if you like any of them, I have cooked a few of them as like dedicated Sunday meals before. So whichever ones I have done that with, I will link them down below in my description box. If you're watching me for the first time, then I would love for you to subscribe. I post loads of different foodie content on my channel. So if you need a little bit of meal inspiration and you're stuck in a bit of a rut, then I would love for you to press that button down below. Also over on my Instagram, I post loads of foodie content there too. So with all that said, I'm going to turn the camera around now and show you what I have bought for us this week. Right, so here is my miscellaneous pile. This is kind of things that I'll be using in quite a few of my meals that I'm going to be making in the week, and just things that I would buy every week when I do a shop anyway. So I have got some red onions and some white onions. I've got 2 large garlics. I've got another packet of peppers because my kids love snacking on those. I've got 3 butters. Our family get through so much butter. Also, I'm making quite a few white sauces as well. So I'll obviously probably use one of these blocks for the 2 white sauces that I'm planning on making this week in our dinners. I've got some chicken stock, I've got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, some extra potatoes. If I am making some mash and I need a little bit extra, I can use these. I have got some celery sticks and also some carrots as well, because we love making our own hummus and then using these to dip into it. Next up, we have our breakfast section. We have got some more oats to make some porridge. We've got some eggs, we've got some sourdough bread, and we've also got some tomatoes. So what we love doing is blitzing up some tomatoes, toasting some bread, put some olive oil on the bread, the blitzed up tomatoes and a bit of salt. It's a really, really yummy breakfast. So we have that quite a lot. Or we do some poached eggs on toast or boiled eggs on toast. But the eggs are also going to be used for one other meal as well, which is why I have got 12. So I've also got a little bit of fruit here. So I've got apples. These are my kids' absolute favourites. So we put 1 lot in the fridge and 1 lot in the fruit bowl because Rory likes them cold and Jamie likes them just normal room temperature. We've got 4 pears, a thing of grapes as well, and then 1 more miscellaneous item. Whenever I don't do like a massive cleaning product shop, so whenever I run out of something, I will just pick that 1 item up that I need. That way my shop is never like majorly expensive because I don't have to buy loads in one go. So this week I ran out of this. This is really good limescale remover, so I just picked this up as well. So this is quite a big section. This is our lunch section. We've got loads of different things that can be made here. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm quite into eating salads at the moment. So I have got loads of bags of salad, and then I've got some rocket salad. I've also got some little gem salad. And then I've got these little salad toppers. They're little like super seeds. They're so delicious and they just make your salad really, really tasty. So with my salad, I'll chop up some cucumber. I'll also put in some of these little mixed sweet baby tomatoes that are delicious. And then what I will also do is I will serve it with a fillet of salmon. So I do like a crispy salmon salad. I'll cook this in the air fryer. It's like 8 minutes and the skin comes out perfectly crispy every time. So I have a really delicious like salmon salad for my lunch. For the boys' lunches, they love to have pita bread pizzas or wrap pizzas. So I've got, as you can see, 2 lots of tomato puree here. So I just put tomato puree on top of the wraps or the pittas and then cover it with some cheese, and then I put them in my air fryer. They come out really, really lovely and they're a great way to do a quick lunch for the kids. I'll serve that along with some cucumber and some peppers that I showed you from my miscellaneous pile. Or they also like some soft cheese and ham wraps, so I've got those as options. And then I also just bought some sausages as well because sometimes they like to have a little hot dog on the barbecue. I don't have any hot dog buns, but I do have pita bread, so I could just like cook some sausages on the barbecue and then I can slice them up and pop them into a pita bread. Yeah, so there's lots of different options we've got here that we could do, and this will definitely last me the whole week. I've also got some more tomatoes here for salads if the boys want to eat these and I run out and I need some for my salad. I'll just use the big ones. Right, so meals. The first one we have got is going to be a chicken roast. So I've got a whole chicken here. What I do is I cook this either in the oven as like a lazy roast, and I do an hour and a half for my chicken. Then I'll add in my little little roasty potatoes for half an hour, and then I'll add in my carrots for the last half an hour and just steam some broccoli. And then what I always do with my chicken carcass once we've removed all of the meat is I keep it and then I boil it up and make bone broth with it. It's a really great way of using the whole chicken and not wasting any. Next, we've got a kind of like cheats pasta bake. So I'm actually going to do a video on this. It's really, really easy and it's totally delicious. The reason I call it a cheats pasta bake is because instead of cooking it all in the oven, I do boil up my pasta first. So make a little bit al dente and then I finish it off for the last 15 minutes in the oven. So I just fry off my chicken whilst boiling up my pasta. And then when I have fried off my chicken, I add in some sliced peppers and also my fajita mix. So this whole pasta is like it's like a fajita pasta. It's so nice. And then once everything's cooked through, like all the chicken and that, I pop it all together into a oven-proof dish, and then I put a really generous amount of grated cheese on top, pop it in the oven for 15 minutes or until your cheese is really nice and golden brown, and then I just serve it up. It's really tasty. Always goes down a treat, and like I said, it's a cheats version of a pasta bake, so it's a lot quicker to make. Right, next here I will be making some fish and chips. So with that, I always buy these frozen hake fillets. I just find them so much nicer than cod fillets, and because they're frozen, they last forever in your freezer, and they're quite a bit cheaper than if you bought fresh hake fillets as well. So what I will do is I will take these out in the morning that I want to make them, and then once they're fully defrosted, I will beat up 1 egg, and then I will dip my hake fillets into some flour and then my beaten up egg, and then I will also dip them into some breadcrumbs as well to make them really nice with a crispy outside. I then you can pan fry them, you can pop them in your oven, or you can put them in your air fryer, whatever suits you most. And I serve that with some chips, homemade chips on the side, which I always air fry because they're so much quicker, and also some peas as well. It's a really yummy meal. The kids love it, and because you're making your own homemade fish and chips, they still think it's a right treat. Okay, so next up I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So I have got some lamb mince here. So what I'm going to do is do minted lamb burgers. So I've got some brioche buns, I've got mint in my garden, and I've got a little herb garden outside. So what I'll do is I'll finely dice up my mint, and then I will just mush it all together with my lamb mince along with an egg to combine it all. And then what I will just do is serve it with some corn on the cob on the side, but then also I will serve it with a little bit of this rice as well. This is the golden vegetable Uncle Ben's rice. The kids love this, and it's just really easy to make, and because we've obviously got all of these other things, we don't need a lot of this each, so this will be plenty for the 4 of us. Right, next up I'll be making a fish pie. So I bought this fish pie mix from Tesco's. I find it works out so much cheaper if I just buy a like pre-made mix. So it comes with cod, salmon, and some king prawns as well. So what I'll do with this is I will use half a block of that butter that I showed you before to make a white sauce with this, and then I will also make some mash here. But as you can see, we've only got 2 potatoes left, so I will use some other potatoes from my miscellaneous pile, which I showed you earlier, to make my mash. So what I actually do is I just let this thaw out so it's not frozen anymore, and then I make up my white sauce mix, and then what I do is I just pop these straight into my oven dish uncooked, and then because I cook it in the oven for like 45 minutes, it cooks these through thoroughly. So I will just, like I said, pop this into my oven dish, pour my white sauce over the top. I also boil up some eggs. I'll boil up about 4 eggs from the breakfast pile that I showed you earlier, and I add those into my fish pie mix, and then I just make up some mash and serve it with some broccoli on the side too. I do obviously top it off with some cheese as well. So I'll use a bit of this for my fish pie topping, and then pop it in the oven for 45 minutes and serve it. Right, lastly, this is actually lamb mince I already had in my freezer, but I wanted to link this video down below because I made a gluten-free lasagna the other day. So obviously I wouldn't be using lamb mince if you're making a lasagna, but I'm going to make a similar sort of thing, but I'm going to be making a gluten-free shepherd's pie, but it's going to have layers of butternut squash. It's going to kind of be a lasagna but with lamb mince instead. So I just wanted to show you this, even though I have this in my freezer already, but I just wanted to show you how I would make it. Like I said, I'll use another half of one of those butters that I showed you to make my white sauce. And then instead of using your pasta sheets, you just finely slice up your butternut squash and then you layer it like that. I will add in some of those chopped tomatoes as well that I showed you, but I will link this video down below in my description box because it's really tasty. Lots of you have said you've made it already and that it's come out really, really well. But it's a really nice meal, even if you're not gluten-free like us. I make this quite often and the boys absolutely love it. Right, so the last two meals I've got here this is going to be a Spanish paella. So I bought this seafood selection, and in here we've got a selection of prawns, squid rings and mussels as well. And then I tried to get paella rice, but they didn't have any, so I have just got risotto rice. So I'll just cook this all up, and then I've also just got some like paprika to put in here. Some stock will go in here as well, some lemon juice, some thyme, lots of different things like that will go in here, as well as an onion and garlic. And proper chopped tomatoes as well. And then for the rest of my risotto rice, I will do a chorizo and pea risotto. In there as well, I will use those peas that I showed you from the homemade fish and chip section. And then I will also add in an onion, some garlic, stock as well to give it loads and loads of flavour too. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any meals that you'd like me to cook, so if you have an idea in your head and you said like, could you please just help me come up with a meal including this ingredient, and I'd love for you to just comment down below. I love it when I get sort of meal requests from my viewers. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.